All right, so for this new assignment, we're going to do tiki um, totems. So a tiki totem is like a totem pole, except it's tiki. So it's a Hawaiian island tradition or kind of sculpture carving that often had these kind of scary and very expressive faces that would ward off evil spirits and keep evil spirits away. So I've gathered a bunch of reference to start, and I want to first take all this reference and make them smart objects because, as we know, if I were to take this nice high resolution image and if I scale it down, um, to make it fit on my reference page, well, that's great, except when I zoom in now, I've lost all that resolution. So even if I try to make it bigger, I've lost all that nice high resolution. So if I right click and I convert it to a smart object, then when I make it small, I can make it teeny tiny small. And if I make it big again, it still has all that resolution. There's a lot of layers here to turn into smart objects, so I will create an action to do this. Just in case you don't know how to do that, I will say action, my action palette, I'll say new. I'll go ahead and call it smart object. Record. Right click on this layer and say convert to smart object. So now it's a smart object. I'll press stop on there. Okay, delete this one real quick. So I have the smart object. So now when I go to the next layer, I'll just press play. And now that's been converted to a smart object. So actions are good ways to just kind of repeat. Even though it's only a single item, I would have to right click and say smart object on every layer. So making it this and then switching to button mode will make this very easy. So there's smart object. So I'll just go ahead and move this over here and go one by one. I don't think I can do multiple, because if I do, it combines the two layers if I do that. I have two of those for some reason. I don't know why. Let's delete one. So smart object each one of these. And almost there. Okay. So now I can grab all the layers, scale them down, nice and small. Oops, we have one here. Some of these I want to make bigger again. Delete some of that. Oops. I can't delete it because it's a smart object. Can't delete pixels on a smart object. Kind of forgot that for a second. So I'll just move it over there so it's behind. Let's maybe move some of these guys up as well. Okay, so there we go. Got a nice set of reference images. I'm going to maybe pull that tab off and drag it onto my other monitor as reference. And I'll make a new document. And let's just start this one off at our normal 1920 by 1080. It kind of formed over there. And I'm going to start designing. Now, I find it's very easy to design things like totem poles, pumpkin carvings, things that are symmetrical. Just go ahead and turn on symmetry and it goes much faster and it's a lot more fun. So I will take a brush, begin, and let me grab actually my other Wacom pen since this one tends to forget its pressure sensitivity. Let's see what will be best. Maybe try the drawing pencil first to see how that works. Symmetry vertical. Over here. What happened there? Delete that layer, delete that. Okay. Brush. There we go. So symmetry is on. You can probably hide my symmetry for now. Now I can just, oops. Let's use symmetry. Hide symmetry. There we go. So, you know, I don't have a lot of ideas conceptually, like about who these tiki guys are, but I might just want to start with some fun drawings. Maybe start just with a little bit of a reference here about how thick or big my totem pole might be. And do some fun mouth shapes and things like that. Part of my reference I have is, sorry, there's a little black and white sort of silhouetted ones, and I really like how those look, and I think there's a nice graphic quality that might make my design stronger. So I'm gonna try that on this third one. Let me erase this. Oops, symmetry off. Erase that. Okay, and I'm gonna use a different brush to do that, of course. So let's start with this round marker and symmetry vertical. Put it over here. And I'm thinking about doing maybe like a happy and a sad, like a happy on top, sad on bottom. Great. So what I would like you to do, well, actually, first of all, let me just point out that I took each one of my initial drawings and I used liquify as a way to push, pull, squash, stretch, just kind of go crazy and just a little bit experimental with how I could push the designs a little stronger. Yes, in most or all the instances, I kind of broke outside what might be the silhouette of a totem of a tree, but I think I have some flexibility there in two things. And one is, as I put this onto a totem pole, I may, if I, for example, here, if I went in the silhouette, like I can always go cut some out of the wood, right? I can always, if I was carving this, I could carve out this section there. The other thing I can do is I could go and add, you know, an extra design element. Maybe it's a little arm or something, right? Maybe it's like little ears or earrings. So yeah, it's like I can still kind of keep this overall squash and stretch silhouette, but stay within the totem overall shape, right? Or I just carve out and remove. I think that's fine too. The ones that are a little bit more drastic, like this one right over here, that one might take a lot more carving out. This one here, I kind of go outside what might be considered, right? But if I use this as the kind of outer part of the totem, what I'd be carving out of, then I think I have plenty. So yeah, I went and gave myself 3 new extra designs to compare to. I want you to do 3 designs for your homework, and you can do it either like in this drawing method, just with straight drawing, or you can do this more silhouette kind of carve out or woodcut kind of look. And we're gonna take these designs, project them onto a cylinder shape, and then kind of start carving our sculpture, our totem, tiki totem, and then from there we will apply the texture, the paint, the color, and paint it up. So that part we'll do in class. So just go ahead, come to class ready with some designs so that we can continue to work on these in class. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you in the evening, whether it's tonight or tomorrow.